Hello everybody, welcome to week number 11, module 11. For those that like the module approach rather than the week approach, we're now kind of entering the final phase of our class. We only have 4 more weeks of class, and really the final week, week number 14, is a work week, a week that you will have plenty of opportunity to write your final assignment. And we'll talk about that as time goes on. That's beyond what I'm trying to cover today. But in week number 11, what we're going to be looking at and what we're going to be studying is mixed methods research, which simply put is a combination of qualitative and quantitative research. So oftentimes the researchers either start with just say the quantitative research. They send out a survey, and the survey comes back, and they might be using a Likert scale, which rates things. Sometimes it's a 5 scale, sometimes it's 7, and all the way from totally dislike to totally like. Just say. So they send that out. They get the results, and they find out for question number 1, they're getting a 3.5 response, or they're getting a 4 response. So they're looking at all of the numbers. The quantitative side is the numbers, is statistics. So they look at that, and they just don't quite feel like they would get enough information by just the quantitative side. They're looking for what's behind the numbers. So I'll give you and so then they conduct, as part of the research, the qualitative side. I'll give you an example. One point in my career, we were interested in, we were rebranding Maine's community forestry program. And so what we did, we sent out some surveys to, I think it was close to 600 people in the state of Maine, and we got their responses on all things like how do you feel about these particular names for Maine's community forestry program. That was one of the questions. And we got the numbers back, but we really wanted to do more. We wanted to understand what was behind the numbers. So we conducted a series of focus groups around the state. And one of the ideas that you found out, and once again, the name of Maine's community forestry program is called Project Canopy. One of the insights that we had, and it was only one person, but one of the insights we had, we played around with the word project, and we played around with the word canopy in our focus groups. And when we got to the canopy word, and we were playing around with some others, there was one person in the group who had a strong reaction to the word canopy. And it turns out he was a Vietnam vet, and he remembered being in the jungles of Vietnam and being sprayed with napalm, and the forests were all ablaze. So for him, the word canopy wasn't what a lot of people in the focus group thought. They thought of it as warm, safe, inviting, a beautiful forest canopy. He looked at it totally different. And overwhelmingly, people thought it was a positive thing, but we never would have learned something like that through just the quantitative side of things. So that's just one example. So mixed methods is a combination of both of them. So what I'd like you to do this week, and I'll walk you right through it. First of all, we have the goals for the week. I'd like you to read chapter 13, which is on mixed methods. I'd like you to read one of 4 articles. These are all mixed methods articles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at these. I'd like you to choose whichever one kind of strikes your fancy. And then in the discussion area, I'd like you to critically evaluate the methods, the data analysis, the results, and the conclusions. You do not have to post 1,000 words. Keep it to 200. If you haven't guessed, short and sweet to the point is really the goal of this course. an advanced organizer for week number 12, which is, that starts next Monday, or not this coming Monday, but next Monday. Read chapters 16 and 17. I will have a video on the development of the data matrix, or at some places in the materials, I call it a comparison matrix. So start looking at this, and we're going to be using your 6 articles that you chose for the data matrix, but I'll have much more information on that. So as you can see, this isn't due, the matrix isn't due till November 21st. We have a long way off. We have the discussion. Each one of the articles, so there's 4 of them, have a unique discussion area. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you read this one, dual language and peer feedback, you would do your discussion post here. So that is really where we're at. Now, I just wanted to say a couple of things. Thank you for sticking with this course. It is not an easy course for a lot of people, and I appreciate the effort that everybody has put in. The quality of the work in this class has been excellent. And believe me, I don't say that to every class, but I think the quality of work has been very good. The discussions have been robust, and I thank you for that. Just a word of warning, and I'll let you know where I am going to be this week. I had one of my dear aunts died a couple weeks ago, and we're having a family funeral coming up on Wednesday of next week. Now, I live in Maine. This is on the eastern end of Long Island, so what it means is that I will be traveling on Tuesday. Hopefully I'll be back in Maine Thursday by 10 o'clock in the morning. So, on Tuesday, I travel down to Connecticut, jump on the first ferry across Long Island Sound, then I take a couple of smaller ferries that get me to the South Fork of Long Island. So it's, way at the end of Long Island. And the funeral is on Wednesday afternoon, and then they're going to have a celebration of life also in the afternoon, and I probably will spend the night somewhere down there on Wednesday night, then head back to Maine. Hopefully I'll be back in Maine hopefully at home by midday on Thursday. But if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I'm going to have periods where I will be on email, but just so you know, I am kind of busy on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. So that's it for me. That's far too much out of me. I hope you're having a great weekend. You're getting outside to enjoy the sun. And we'll see everybody online. Once again, if I can help, you please let me know. Thanks, everybody.